Today, Liz and I are continuing our series about chakras. This is part 4. So if you are hopping in at part 4, I would encourage you to start at 1, go to 2, and go to 3, or this is not going to make a whole lot of sense for you just yet.
Hi, and welcome to Light for Life. If you are returning to our channel, thank you. We value and appreciate you. Our aim is to shine a bright light on your inner splendor and assist to connect you to your magnificence via what we intend to be enlightened sharing, potentially educational, and hopefully entertaining information, as well as encouragement for new perspectives. If you are new here, you are most welcome. We do hope that you will find our content highly beneficial and enjoyable. I am Liss. I'm a science of mind practitioner and a teacher of various healing modalities applicable to all aspects of the self and this life.
And I am Lori. I am a holistic wellness researcher and educator. Welcome to Connections with Liss and Lori. We use the space to offer our perspective regarding multiple different topics that we certainly hope you find inspiring. We first introduced what chakras are, some of what they represent, how we can help heal and balance them and really maintain that energy. And in this episode, I would like to go beyond what most people even are aware of. A lot of people are aware of the 7 energy centers that we have that correlate with parts of our body that run through the center of our beingness. But there are a lot of other things that we would like to share with you today that go beyond what most people see on a Reiki chart.
Definitely, yes. Yes, Lori. And the reason why it's so important to first go back and not just watch for entertainment, but actually take to heart what we have discussed in the first 3 episodes is because it's really not advisable or even safe for us to begin exploring the centers outside of the 7 that are associated with our physical body if we don't have those centers healthy, expanded, open, clear, and able to spin with a high rate of energy. Because the centers that lie within the light body, within the quantum field, within the higher dimension, if you prefer that term, have such a high frequency that we have to be able to hold that energy so that we can embody it. And if our centers are teeny tiny, all lopsided and out of balance, or full of cracks and leaks and holes, and we don't know how to heal them and keep them healthy, or we have no idea how to expand them in order to hold higher frequency grids of energy, our centers need to be able to expand to at least a meter beyond our physical body. So if you think of the traditional idea of an aura, most people think it's this little energy field around the physical body. And for most people it is, because they give no consciousness, energy, attention, or practice to the health of their energy centers. That's not how it's meant to be, though. We have the ability to expand those centers infinitely, if you ask me, but to at least a meter outside of our physical body so that we can start connecting to higher energy. And once again, it is not higher energy that is something separate from us, something apart from us. It is higher energy that is held in potential for us by the higher, lighter aspect of our souls. Whether you call that your soul or your spirit or God or life force energy or the quantum field, it really doesn't matter how you conceptualize it. But it is our life force energy that is waiting for us to be able to connect to it and hold it. Once we can do that, then we can embody it. So, the very first center that we can access, which technically is higher than our crown chakra, that is our 8th energy center, is the center that comes online between our knees and our hips, midway in our thighs. That is our true earth center. It's what gives us the ability to truly root and ground ourselves in a strong foundation that is more than just physical, so that we can hold the higher energy within our energy field. And in order for me to explain where and what the energy of that center is, I have to first speak about our next higher energy center, which is our high heart. The high heart center is a beautiful, soft, pink pastel energy. And it sits between our green heart chakra and our throat chakra. And the high heart center is literally the higher, lighter dimensional frequency of our root chakra. The higher, lighter pink of our red. So we can conceptualize it as our higher self's root center. And that connects to us right here. Between our healthy heart, where all our wounding and our emotional issues no longer reside, a healthy heart flowing in empathy, unconditional love and compassion, and our authenticity, our connection to expression and source, opens up the high heart, where we can experience more divine love, the love that created all of this, and actually be the living embodiment of that energy. Where we are just naturally lighter, naturally softer, naturally kinder, compassionate without needing to try. And we're able to flow in that energy because we have connected to the higher aspect of ourselves. So coming back to the Earth Star chakra that opens up halfway through our thighs, you can conceptualize that or imagine that as your higher self's feet. If you think about this dimensionally, the third dimension skips the fourth because that's like a switching station that enables the fifth dimension to connect to the third.
Mm-hmm.
And so when people see specters like ghosts and they see them floating, they're not actually floating here in 3D. They are on floor in the astral realm.
Yeah.
The distance between dimensions is only about a foot. So the fifth dimension is only about 2 feet from where we experience the third. And that is where our lighter and our higher energetic self is residing. So I can experience that grounding, holding my legs firm to the 3D, while my higher self connects to me through my high heart. And I have a channel up and beyond. Because higher is not really higher.
Mm-hmm.
It's broader. It's more expanded. It's literally just more me, more light me.
I think beyond is a great way to explain it, is it's not necessarily different or separate. It's just beyond.
Yeah. And so if you think about our 7 energy centers as all having a lighter, higher, fifth dimensional counterpart,
Right.
then above the high heart, which corresponds to our root chakra, we would experience the higher sacral, the correspondence to our creative center. And that is known as our soul star. Because what is our higher creative ability? Our ego can create wonderful things down here in the material world. But what is our higher creative ability? That's going to flow from our soul.
Yeah.
So our sacral is orange. Our higher sacral is a warm gold.
Mm-hmm.
So the higher center is pink and then warm gold. And then our solar plexus, which is yellow like the sun, its higher correspondence is a white diamond light gold. So there's the warm, like your traditional jewelry kind of gold.
Right.
That is the sacral higher center. And then the more white gold, diamond light gold. That is the solar plexus equivalent.
Right.
In our higher self. Then the high heart has its own corresponding heart chakra, which so many people within the spiritual world connect to without understanding what they're connecting to. And I'm sure you've heard it spoken about so many times, the violet flame.
Yes.
The violet flame is the correspondence to the heart. Because remember, I think it was in episode 2, where I spoke about how the health of the purple of our crown is determined by the health of our blue throat and our red root. The same is true in the higher, more subtle, pastel dimensional frequency bands. The health of our heart in the higher light body also depends on how connected we are to the pink of our high heart and the blue of our third eye. And that is where the spark and the fire in our violet flame is able to come from. And then even higher than that, you start talking about grids that are really, really expansive. So I refer to them as the emerald grid, which is the lighter, more sparkly version of the green heart grid. The sapphire grid, which is the lighter, more sparkly version of the throat chakra and the third eye. And then there is what I refer to as the opulence field, which is the rainbow spectrum of all these beautiful pastel colors, all swirling and intermingling with each other, holding all, not just our life force, but our abundance and our blessings. And then the sun, metaphorically speaking, that shines over all of that is our Christ consciousness center, which is the higher center of our crown. All of these centers, grids, fields, and energies can be accessed by us, attuned to, attained, held, and embodied. And we can flow out those higher energies in our lives to where everything is more natural, lighter, easier, brighter, more beautiful, more effortless. Adjective, adjective, adjective. If we will but practice having a healthy energetic structure within our physical body. And then we can embody more and more and more of the energy that is available to us from the womb of the cosmos.
And as with anything else, It does take some practice. I always see the seed that's planted in the soil. That takes a long time sometimes to come through the soil, let alone grow into the beautiful magnificence that becomes the plant. None
Yeah.
of this growth happens overnight. And if it did, it could be very detrimental. And it has been for a lot of
Yes.
people. When you eat the whole elephant in one bite, it can be problematic. So
Yes. Trying to flow too high energy through your physical body without the necessary preparation can be and has been dangerous.
yeah,
It's just not a good idea. We have to step by step this. We
yeah,
have to learn how to expand our centers more and more and more, hold a more rapid rate of spin, keep them balanced, and then exercise our consciousness to actually expand them and then hold a higher frequency.
yes.
And it's not work, it's not effort, but it is a shift.
Hmm.
And we make that shift gear by gear by gear by gear. And then we start spinning.
Right.
So, yes, the commitment to the time that it takes is essential.
Yes. And you'll like your outcomes a lot better if you just take each step by step. We don't learn a new language overnight. Every new word
Yeah.
we learn is another word we didn't know before, but it does take a minute to learn a new language. And you will love your outcomes when you truly learn the words to that new language and you know how to use them and you can practice using that language and maintain that language for a long-term basis. It's not really all that different. It's a simple practice makes perfect.
Mm. And if we've got a conscious mind and a subconscious mind littered with false beliefs and preconditioning, we've got a heart full of wounds and unresolved issues and traumas. We've got a body full of blocked energy meridians and a general state of being that's just at very low frequency. As ambitious as we might be to attain these higher frequencies, they are not available to us
Yeah.
until we have done that healing, until
Yeah.
we have made those changes and those shifts.
Yes.
It's not something we can snap and have,
Right.
unfortunately.
Right.
But we're going to fry our systems if we don't do this correctly.
Yeah.
And it's irresponsible, I think, for teachers to try and sell, the Enlightenment in 3 days version of this.
Yes.
Because, first of all, it's not lasting. And secondly, it is potentially damaging.
Yes. That
But
said,
the
yeah.
possibilities remain eternally exciting.
Yes. Yes. And that said, there are some people who have some programs that can walk you through the steps in a gradual manner that are beneficial for you for not only for the healing and the balancing, but the maintaining of that energy so that seed can grow and that sunflower can blossom and turn its face to the sun. So I think we might have somebody that we can put in the comments section, and we might be able to share a link to a process that is a very loving, gentle, effective process to get you where you want to go. And I, for one, really, really look forward to hearing what people have to say about this series.
Yes. And in case anyone missed it, that's Laurie's very subtle and diplomatic way of plugging my program, which you will find a link to in the comments below. Thank you, Laurie.
It's necessary though, because we're talking about how not to do it, and we're talking about other people who do it maybe in a not very effective way. So when we have a tool that has literally been brought to the world through your work, that is a systematic Do this first, do this second, do this third, grow into yourself, lock it in, harness it, practice it, cultivate it. It does have to be mentioned. So, do you have any
Thank you, my
final,
darling.
yeah, of course. Do you have any final words about the beyond chakra centers before we go today?
Words fail
Mhm.
is the final thing I would say. Words fail. How utterly beautiful the higher frequency energies are. They are so subtle and yet so mind-blowingly powerful. It's a beautiful experience, not just to connect to, but to embody for yourself and in your life. I can't recommend it enough.
It really is. It's a tremendous gift in a world that can be challenging. It's transcending the challenges completely, and it is ineffable.
Oh, yes, my darling. It's the difference between feeling like you're wading through molasses
Mhm.
uphill
Mm. Yeah.
or you have wings to fly.
Thank you for connecting with Light for Life. If you appreciate reminders, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you can receive those notifications. If you would like to work with one of us, you can find our contact information in the About section of this channel.
Yes, thank you for connecting with Light for Life. Please share your insights, your questions, and your comments with us in the comment section below. We value your feedback. And we really hope that we will see you for our next episode. We upload one every Thursday. Until then, bye-bye and be joyful.
Until we connect again, we send you love and light.